Yeah. uh-huh. Yeah. Shit. Grams leaders CC's pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of, liters of, grams, get your dose up, cut this up and post up, and get dosed up. This for them voted like the move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them folk that can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in no trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians fail to mention. And I don't vote for nobody that ain't got good intentions. I'm relentless for my people and I'm here to make a change. I got that true serum hooked directly to your veins. Hey, this is for my people, tune in, catch a close up, close up, close up, a close up, grams of it, tune liters of it, close up, pounds of it. Pounds of it, yeah, grams of it, liters of pounds, get your dose up, dose up, dose up, dose up, dose up, dose up, dose up.
Is Monday night. Okay. We had
My bad.
Thought we was visited by an extraterrestrial for a second or something. I thought I was finna
My
get
bad.
zoom zapped up out of here.
Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. So this dosed up. You know what I'm saying? I'm your host with the most dose. That guy that you just heard. You know what I'm saying, with the sound effects. That's Lab.
That's right.
We back at it on this Monday night.
That's right.
Quick weekend recap, man. I just been grinding, enjoying myself, been busy, having a great time once again, doing what I love to do.
Getting that movie scripts written.
You already seen that, and yeah, man. I've been writing. I've been trying to write a skit or two a day. And just have them like kind of filed away.
Okay.
And then the plan is to start going ahead and like shooting them and filming them starting next week.
Okay.
I did the first two like pilots just to, get it out of my system, see what we got going on, see what the developing stages look like.
Okay.
And I had a few people critique it for me, you know what I'm saying, unsuspectingly.
Right.
That was my testing, and
Right.
I like the feedback that I got.
Okay. So it was good, huh?
Well, first of all, I mean, if they laughing, then that's what I wanted them to do. Then yeah, it's good.
Slick. Tonight's topic is duality.
Duality, like we going with two sides to every coin. It's two sides to a story. We believe in like always getting sometimes a second opinion when you gonna make a critical decision or something like that. We measure twice, cut once. So again, like two aspects pretty much is the definition of duality. Like you might have a light and a dark. You could consider it kind of like opposites, but more of a balance per se, I would say.
Okay.
But back at the weekend, so like I said, did some writing, did a little filming, and then mainly, man, just planning, getting everything together, cause this new year, like I say, Virgos be thinking ahead. This new year, I'm already into that new year on it. Like everything that I want to happen, I'm starting on it now, making it materialize. So that.
Okay. So let me ask you a question. Do you find your interest shifting from music more towards movies now?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I use some of my music in one of them skits.
Okay.
And no, because see, my good old partner MP has been kind of like giving me my derivatives or my directives, as you would say.
Okay.
Like my objectives. So I'm still working on this project that I got to get knocked out and submitted, but he's already put some of my music on some of his upcoming projects.
Oh, okay.
So that's my cue to like, hey man, go ahead and start wrapping this stuff up.
Okay.
So,
I just wanted to know because you start finding interest in something else, and it starts to spark your creative juices, and you like, man, I'm gonna do this for a little while. I've been doing music for this amount of years. I'm gonna try this for a little bit.
So the thing is like I go hard and whatever. I mean, that's not the only thing. Like I'm about to be a triple threat coming up. It's multiple avenues that I'm locking down. I just don't necessarily discuss it publicly, but behind the scenes, business wise, is getting handled. You know, what you can see publicly, like I say, is the skits that I do for other people.
Okay.
But what I got going on for myself, because like I said, that media group that I started, that's what you don't necessarily see. You've had the pleasure of seeing it because, like I say, I respect you. I respect your, opinions, and I want to have a market that I test before I get out there. So you get that privilege. You know what I'm saying? Anything that, even new music. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, hey, lad, let me know what you think before the public get it.
So yes.
Yeah. So and but like I said, I'm going hard in all of them, man, and it's just gonna be wonderful to see how they catch. Like this skit stuff and this acting, it's not catching faster than the music. It's actually got to catch up with the music. But I'm moving now at the same pace. Like, let's just say it probably would have taken me longer, a younger me, you know what I'm saying, to get as far as I have now. But now
you snap into it.
Oh yeah. I'm almost booked, as they say. I got work bagged up that I got to do.
And this goes to this question. I've asked this question on social media, I think on Threads before. Do you think that a creative can have too many creative avenues?
Yeah. Okay. I can tell you this. What is happening is this, but I'm foreseeing it now. All right, I literally got to learn 2 skits. So those are different topics. Right. Got to know my lyrics to my music. You see, got that coming up. And other little projects or something that I don't really want to discuss right now. Okay. I got to work on that. So here's the thing. Right now, I want the writer's credit for what I'm doing. Okay. And what happens is if you add somebody else, they're gonna be like, why don't we do it this way, and it's gonna take longer to write it. Okay. You might bump heads. They might want their catchphrase, which I may not think is that funny in it. As a matter of fact, basically one of my partners was telling me some of the work that he's seen that we've had something to do with wasn't as funny because of that. Oh, okay. Because we had to share when some people just ain't naturally funny. You might be good with mystery. Right. We might need to tap you for that, but for catchphrases, funny slogans, and all that, it's not. Okay. And so what I have to tell people is this: from the jump, if we're writing it and we're laughing, you're gonna succeed. Okay. The only way you won't succeed is if the person don't deliver it or skip the lines, mess up the lines, don't make the delivery the way it's supposed to, say it in an offbeat way, all these, those kind of curveballs. But if the material is originally funny, then it starts out that way. Okay. So if it's written funny, it should just come off funny anyway. I got you. But that's the only thing that I'm that I don't really want to experience or that I'm trying to avoid by taking on so much at once. Right. Like, they all still is considered kind of like my baby first, so you don't want to give that away right in the beginning. I want to get at least, I say maybe 50 skits written and produced by me first. Okay. Before I might be like, all right, bro, what you got to say? I add somebody else into it. Yeah. Or I need you to do this for me. But see, I might give them the topic. But see, that's the thing. The topic is the skit to me. Okay. Like, see, I got a different formula. I do this like I rap. Okay. And if you know me and you know how I rap, you know how I'm coming. Okay. So it's different. Okay. So my comedy gonna be different from you saw it. Right, I saw it. So you can kind of see where I could be headed with that. I see it. And it's not. It's funny though. But right. All right. So yeah, most definitely it was funny. So all right. So that's where we come in. On that video you sent me, yes, it was most definitely fun. And I sent you 2 of them, so I'm about to send, you're going to start getting more and more and more. And like the fun, if I say the names of some of them, I don't even got to get into the rhetoric. If I just say the name of one of the skits. So you build off the title. Titles, I build off a lot. Like I told my media staff, hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. One of the cinema photographers that I tap into the most would be like a Hitchcock. Okay. And the reason why I do that is because he had the minimum amount of technology he did and things to work with. Yeah. But if he can keep you focused, then it's got to be perspective. It's got to be dialogue, communication, or just his charisma and camera angles and other things. So I wanted to do that too because like I don't have no Steven Spielberg, you know what I'm saying, budget. Or access to all of these different locations, and I don't want everything to be on those green screen. So I want everything to be as realistic as it could possibly be, and in an environment where you may find yourself in.
Okay, I got you.
So like you saw them two environments, shit. It's some people, if they really zoom in, they know where I'm at.
Right.
So, you know, keeping it like that where you might feel like, damn, I could do this myself. And that's what I want you to feel like. Because if you could do this yourself, you can relate to what I got going on.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to today's topic.
All right, yep. Today's topic, like I was saying, you know, we're gonna make duality into like listening to two sides or both sides of the story, like, you know. And main thing that I don't do is try to jump to conclusions. When you do that, sometimes you falsely accuse people, or you have half the story, first of all.
Right.
You know, how you gonna make a decision or a judgment and you haven't heard both sides.
That's true. A lot of people jump to conclusions based on who they think you are too. You know that, right?
Yeah, or who's most popular, maybe who might have the most money, who might have the most authority, or sometimes who came out first, who said whatever first, or who got the most, like you could just see in they body language, they angry or something like that. You know, sometimes it's telltale signs. Yeah, body language.
Body language. I got you.
Or if you like,
hey, Lady Lux 100, how you doing? Go ahead.
And sometimes people think that just because you sound like you're knowledgeable in what you're talking about, that you just have to be right over the person that they haven't even heard yet, or haven't even had a chance to present themselves. Also, two sides, and what I mean by that is like the media can give you one side, and if you don't do your research, like
you'll never find the other side.
I'm just okay, and I'll give you a good example. Like right now, what's going on are these hurricanes.
Okay,
that's one side.
Right.
But do we hear about the cloud seeding side?
See, it's a hurricane right now.
Yeah, but you know they were cloud seeding for the Helen one, or the one before that. So you never know what they're doing with this one, or what's happening, or why. You just know. We got one side of it, one thing that the media tells us.
Right, and you know what? We talk about the media. I'm gonna give you a good the same story told two different ways. When you watch Fox News, it's told one way. When you watch CNN or something else, it's told another way. Depending on who the news outlet is, the story's going to be told differently. And sometimes I look at that stuff when I do my research, and I might be online or something, and I see something, I'm like, it's the same story told two different ways. And you know what I'm saying? Like that's how they do things. That's how a lot of times things are done. People tell stories, the same story, twice, different ways.
Sometimes I look at it as it could be a distraction tool or a method to keep it going longer.
Right.
Like you add a little bit to it to stretch it out. Right. So like what do you do? Like what are you distracting us from? What's another story that could be more important?
Right.
That has more truth to it than you know what I'm saying, taking bits and pieces and changing it up. Also I noticed, just like what you said, when they do that, when they happen to tell kind of like the same story but add different things to it, they will some kind of way have a transition or trigger word that they all use in this particular story. You know what I'm saying?
They do. That is so true. They'll have this. You hear a different story, but that one word every time in the story.
Or they'll tell it in a different way, but they're always going to come to either the same conclusion or have to still be in a type of either biased or non-biased stand on it. All together. Like I've never really seen, let's just say, media or news anchors and casters and all of that disagree to a point where if they disagree, it's a panel where they have someone there that they're debating with to a degree. They mainly either just have to get the story out like it is and move on to the next one and be kind of like, you know,
generic.
Yeah, exactly.
Generic
because
with their approach to it.
Journalism was actually what I went to school for. Or college for. Didn't finish it and didn't want to once I realized it's basically you muzzle. And I ain't
You
definitely
think
gonna
so?
be one of them type of people that's gonna go overseas while war's going on just to get a story.
Right.
That ain't me.
So you think you in your honest opinion, you think it's muzzled?
Unless you a whistleblower,
Oh.
and then now you endangering yourself for the story.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Hey. I never went to school for journalism, so I don't know. I have to take your word for it. That's how this works.
Hey, it kind of like
And
hey,
you
like
was on
what
the
we talking
inside
about
track,
though.
you may know.
Hey, but you taking one side of the story,
Right.
but you know. And that's another thing I was gonna say, like I was just leading on, because someone may say or proclaim.
Mm-hmm.
Like we got a lot of self-proclaimers out there.
We talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of self-proclaimers. And I'm gonna give you a good one.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, we seem to think celebrities are intelligent people that can tell us how to do certain things and proclaim that they done this and done that, and that's what we need to do to do it.
Well,
How do we get there?
you got there because money. Money makes people be like, yes, sir. I mean, okay, if you say so.
Oh, you're right.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, 50,000 for me to. Oh, okay, yeah, you right.
Mm-hmm.
You right today. I mean, you know, and in your mind, you just gonna file it away, man. This dude don't know what the hell he talking about. But for this 50,000, I'm gonna be right on up here on this stage, like, yep, I do. You know what I'm saying? What they say, I second this. You know.
I second that emotion.
Yep, you know what I'm saying, or you know, but assumptions is kind of like when you take something for one side, or you don't really, you don't do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? And you know what they say when you assume a lot of things.
Right.
I like to be in the know.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it is a lot nowadays, people be willing to fry you. You know what I'm saying? Roast you. When you don't, you know, when you either in a debate or they trying to prove something, and you coming out with an assumption right off the rip. So you know, I've never seen people really get that far. Right. That's kind of like guessing. So you know, with that being said, that leaves you right where that is. Right. But if you're gonna assume, at least just assume for yourself. We do have some people that have the nerve and audacity to assume for someone else. Like, I've been in situations where somebody might just make that decision for you. Well, like, I think, you know how, remember that time I said, you know, you might pay for something and then they cancel it and then they keep the money. Well, I figured you know, you didn't mind.
Right.
Or since you paid for it in the first place and now that they canceled it, I figured I could get it. Like, no, at least, you know,
right.
Look at the other person's point of view.
Right.
Two sides to this coin. You don't know what the person that, you know, gave you the money got coming up. They could probably pay a bill off of that now that we're not going.
Right.
So that's that's where I'm coming from with the assumptions.
Okay.
And then I said this, because if we're looking at it from a duality standpoint, or from both ways now, that's where I threw in if I'm gonna start doing things now, I'm expecting a little bit of reciprocation nowadays, because times are getting harder. You got inflation out here.
Right.
And what I mean by that is this. You got some people out there that'll clock in, work a 12-hour shift. Sacrifice maybe going out because they friends say they need something. And shoot that friend something, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, that friend doesn't know that you did that. That friend don't know that you stressed out, or maybe you done got written up at work. You know what I'm saying? They don't know all of what you go through. They don't know, hey, man, you know, hell, I just go ahead and, you know, skip.
Do they even care, though? It's a question.
That's the point. Well.
Do they even care?
Okay. Well, you don't know. I don't know. You know, I mean, maybe that's where I need to be dual and think, do they care?
Right, right.
But my thing is, you care. Well, I cared because I gave. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, my thing is, if you giving to someone that don't care about what you going through, then you shouldn't even be giving to them then. Am I right?
Right. But let me ask you a question. How would you know that they don't care?
That's only because you brought that up. See, I'm not giving to think whether they care or not.
Right, right.
But that's the point. If I keep having to give, and then I can never count on you, or I feel awkward asking you for something, or I've given you something on the strength and never expected anything back, but then you ask to borrow something that you say you're going to pay back, now I'm gonna start having my expectations from you whenever I start doing something after a while, because it's like, okay, these people be the same people that want somebody to reciprocate whenever they do something, or they want reciprocation in their relationship, wherever they got going on.
Right.
But I'm not supposed to. I'm just always giving with no expectation, because I'm giving out of the kindness of my heart.
Right. So you always the giver, never the receiver.
Exactly. And then at some point, I'm not even giving, bro. I'm solving a problem. I'm resolving issues.
That's a whole
the giving part done
went away.
You cross that line after the fourth time. And see,
on the solid problem.
and see because people will be like, well, it's your fault because you keep giving. But no, hold up. But then wait. But I went by your philosophy. I'm giving without the expectation.
Right.
But see, when I expect, now I'm gonna stop.
Right.
So, see what I'm saying?
But they do say that it's your fault.
So
you kept giving.
But look, I'm
without
eating all
receiving.
that. I'm eating all that. So now I'm giving with expectations now, because I'm not a taker.
Right.
I'm a giver. So I'm just finna fall back off of who I give. You
Right.
know, because it's two sides. Like I said, it's a duality.
Right.
If a person is going to continuously give to you and help you, I think by it's nature, common sense that you're gonna do something for that person at some point,
or that person,
or stop asking them,
or that person should, not that you're gonna do something, but I would say that if a time comes that person needs something or is in dire straits and you know about it, they shouldn't have to ask you, because they didn't help you so many times. It should be given automatically.
So, all right,
what do you think about that though?
I'm gonna tell you, because a considerate friend, I listen for trigger words. Like, I'm hungry. Oh man, I wish I could have done this, or I ain't have enough money for that. That's letting me know. Okay, so I'm like, all right, what's up, bro? I'm like, you need what and so I'll offer from time to time, or I'll bait them into being like, let me know what you need, and I'm like, hey man, closed mouth don't get fed, or I mean, you sound like you in distress. Is there something, all right? But me on the other hand, but damn, I'm hungry today. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm about to cook me something now. And I'll be like, oh, what? Okay, really? What you about to cook?
Right.
Oh, man, maybe some fish. You baking or frying? Oh, boy, I bet that tastes good, but I ain't got none right now. I might say that. Right. But do I have to come out and ask you when you done asked me numerous times? Or I've offered.
You shouldn't have to.
Okay, appreciate it.
I agree with you.
I shouldn't have to. Okay.
You shouldn't have to. It should be given automatically. That's what I'm getting to.
Not on my end, and I feel you, and it should be. But see, that's not how the game goes nowadays.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm gonna become a wolf just like them. Like, I can play the game. The show is called Dosed Up.
Right.
Really, if you want a dose of your own medicine, I can give it to you all day. But when I do that, I'm mean. I'm inconsiderate. You see what I'm saying? You got it and you ain't sharing. If I had it, and I'm like, well, damn, you done. If I had it for 5 years, when you gonna get it? I think I'm enabling you. That's how you. I mean, I'm just saying.
Say we all gonna eat.
So this is what I say. This is what I say. Let me take myself out your come up equation then, cause I'm consistently on the come up. Maybe I might be out the stratosphere if I wasn't helping you. That's hey man. So with that being said, on the two sides, I'm always, or definitely, I'm trying to be more courteous and give people the floor.
Okay.
Cause like you said, you were saying that people, what you say that phrase, that you listen to respond and not to hear?
Yeah, I listen
or
to
something
respond.
like that. Yeah, so I'm about to do both. I'm gonna listen to hear and listen to respond. But I'm gonna give you the floor though. I'm gonna be courteous.
Right.
Because one thing I know, man, like I said, them two sides, man, if you ever gotta be in front of management in a situation, let your opponent or the person that you in there with, let them speak first. Don't say nothing.
You think so?
Don't say nothing. If they got to talk for an hour, let them talk. Hey, because guess what? As soon as you tear their ass up and you say one thing they don't like, they're going to try to interject. And you got them. Because all you can be like, this is what I got to deal with, supervisor. I sat here for 30 minutes and didn't say a word and let them say everything. The minute I say something, they interject. That's what they doing to me over there. They trying to run me. You got them. Man, I done flipped that script on people so many times, and I could be wrong.
Right.
Been dead ass wrong, and the real reason why we in there. But I'm gonna let you talk and let you hang yourself.
Let you have it.
Hey man, there's secrets to this. and levels to it.
I get it.
Give them the floor. Be courteous.
Slick say you can't do both those. You can't listen and then listen to respond.
Hey, I'm going to hear you out, let you say what you got to say,
Okay.
but I feel you, though. I know what Slick talking about.
Right,
It be them people, they don't even really want you to hear him finish. You didn't even get the last word out, and they be like, you know what I'm saying? They be trying, yeah, I feel you on that, Slick.
You said the ones that don't let you
Hey,
finish.
you don't even get a chance to finish, and they be wanting to respond.
Yeah, okay.
And you be like, damn, what did I just say, bro? You know what I'm saying? You ain't even let it sink in yet, and you done rattled off a response.
Say not one word.
I'm just, yeah, that's them kind, Slick. I feel you. I feel you on that. But now, another thing when it comes to this duality, two sides type thing, like, I don't really keep or withhold information. You know what I'm saying? Like, because if you do that, that changes the dynamic of the story.
Okay.
The truth really always sets you free, man. You know, because when you start withholding the truth and you start changing some stories, it's more like you telling people what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear,
Okay.
or rather than what's really true and what's really real. And then, like I say, if you withhold the information, they don't have all of it. They don't have all the story.
Right.
It's
They don't have it all. So and a lot of times they're not gonna even go get it.
Well, you'll keep them in the dark, and they can be behind that way too. I mean, kind of like if you really look at it, like, I mean, look at our history.
Yeah.
How many sides of the story do we have? And that's what I mean by you got to have the whole story.
You gotta have the whole pie.
And then, you know, you can start raising levels, you know,
Let me ask
get
you a
what you need.
question. Do you think once you have all the pie that you still gotta omit some stuff that may not be necessary to bake that pie? Like if you baking apple pie, you necessarily don't need strawberries. You
Okay,
get what I'm saying?
no. And I say that because I do this like how I would teach a child, right? You want them to get every last ingredient first so that maybe when they master it, they can say, well, I know how to do this without that.
Okay.
But if you teach them without it first, you don't know what you missed.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? That's almost like telling somebody to freak the temperature of it. Give them the right temperature first, all the ingredients first, and let them do it the way it should be done, and then they can alter the formula.
Okay.
But you know how them folks do, like they want to take grandma's recipe to the grave or something,
Right.
so because that recipe is
It's the
important.
base, right?
So give them the whole thing,
The foundation. I got you.
all of it. Where were we at? So let's see. Oh yeah.
Slick say, but it's amazing how the outcome changes just by leaving one thing out.
Yeah, by not having the whole side to the story, you can disrupt the culture.
Yes, you can.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Or it's the same thing with instructions. Leave out something. Or like tell somebody to do something but not why. I almost had a whole career out of not knowing why. Seriously.
What?
Okay, you can do that in the electrician industry, but you'll fry yourself to a degree. At some point, it's going to click.
Okay.
All right, so when you only get, like, let's just say 18 months to learn this.
Okay.
So if you're not an inquisitive person, your professor could be like, hey, hand me a 13 gauge wire. I'm going to hook it up to this.
Okay.
So you might be like, you associate the 13 gauge wire with the color.
Okay.
Are you associating the 13 gauge wire with the volt?
Oh.
Bam,
Yeah.
right then and there. If you continue to get through your whole school, your classes, without understanding why you're putting these wires here, but you understand just because you can read that the code is 13 inches from the ground, but you don't know why, or you don't know why you're grounding something, you just know you need to.
Right.
You don't know what you're doing. You just
Okay.
know how to do it.
Right,
And you
broke
really
that
ain't even
down.
proficient in it.
Yeah, you broke that one down because you know a 13 gauge, but you don't know what kind of voltage it holds, and it could burn you up. It could burn up the wires and everything.
So I had to learn that though.
Okay.
But I had to learn that after I was acing the courses, bro. I'm on the dean's list and I don't know this shit.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, you gotta know
get
the
you.
whole
I
story,
get
bro.
you. I
Like,
got you.
and you
Yeah.
be in this
That was a
thing.
good one right there because you could have. Woo.
Yeah, hey man. I'm just saying.
I
Okay.
saw somebody turn blue from touching the switch gear.
Okay, so I tell you this. That's another reason why. Okay, the whole story. If you know everything, then you know not to shortchange things. Mm-hmm. But what I was getting ready to get into, number 11 on this thing, is ego. Mm-hmm. The ego, a lot of times, will make you skip certain things. Your confidence will make you not know all of the directions or all of the story, meaning this. The same professor that was my electrician said the person that got electrocuted the most were the veterans.
Really?
Yes, because they did it so long, they got confident. Their ego got cocky. I don't need to turn the power off to this. And go in there with their gold and diamond chains on because they done made all this money from doing being an electrician.
Right.
And they're wire live and got too much voltage to it and fried them.
That's something.
I'm just saying. It happens. Crazy. But all right, that's like I said, that's the ego. But now, all right, so I'm gonna go back to like what we were kind of talking about, not necessarily the celebrity, but a credibility sometimes can make people be like, I'm gonna listen to this person and not necessarily get the whole side of the damn story.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I got it.
Just because you say, or you have the paperwork don't mean you always right. And you have to go through that.
Went to the class and learned how to get it.
Yeah, and you got to go through that sometimes at work with hierarchy.
That's true.
It be people that got degrees, man, doctorate's degree, and you like, I still know how to do this better than you. You're doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you just they want to take their word because of the coat,
right?
The lab coat or something like that. Not just be.
And that's not necessarily experience. Sometimes wins out over education.
But you can see a lot of this in religion too.
Yeah. There you
they
go.
be taking passive word. That's it.
Okay.
His word.
His word is law. That's it.
Hey man, what about the deacon?
Right. He might know more. He been here long. He just don't want to be a pastor.
What about the choir leader?
Right.
The organ player?
What about the motherboard?
Oh, well, hey. Hey, yeah. See what I'm saying? One side, it's two sides to that story, and I know what you're talking about, especially if you get to them to Catholicism.
Right.
So
Yeah.
And that's deep though, because just because someone seems to be anointed, you listen to them, and it's some atrocities that be happening.
Do you think people don't try to get both sides of the story and try to put what's necessary together on purpose, or do you think they're just lazy?
Sometimes both sides to the story is the truth, and people don't want to see the truth.
Okay.
They would rather take the denial, one person's side. Sometimes people pick one person's side because they've experienced the same thing. They've been a victim. Okay, some people listen to one person's side because they're the aggressor, or they like being the dominant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some people do it just to spite.
Just to do it out of spite.
Or just because the majority may be on one side of the coin, and not even knowing the other side.
I got you.
You know, some people do it because they're swayed by money.
They can be swayed by people too, personalities too.
But see, you don't know what that person did behind them closed doors to get that money. It's two sides to a coin. Sometimes them folk can't even sleep with themselves at night. They be scared of that person in the mirror. But y'all be looking at them like, ooh, them diamonds be shining.
Right.
Man, I tell you. It all be in the body language and in the eyes.
Right.
They spirit really be, it's an aura that you have. You can tell. I can, But, some people can't. Hey. But, like I say, now, two sides, a lot of times for fortune and fame, the other side is the sacrifice. Two sides to that coin. You gonna sacrifice for some fortune. And you gonna sacrifice for some fame. Some people, you never see it.
You never see sacrifice. You always see the end product.
Sometimes you don't see it because you've yet to experience it until you get it. But sometimes you had to do something to get it.
Like podcasting. People want to start podcasting because they see the guy making millions of dollars.
Man.
But they don't see that guy been doing podcasts for 15 years and he wore out. He just not finally starting to make money. He ain't done with it. You know what I'm saying?
Or they don't see what it takes to get the little episode to go.
Right.
Like whether the person takes notes, what he does during the day. You know what I'm saying? What he might want to go. Sometimes I go look at things and experience things.
Right.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of want to talk about that. Something I actually saw, rather than a lot of times just scrolling and trying to find out what people are is trending or what they can relate to.
Or the sacrifice they make to keep the podcast or their followers engaged. Like the little white boy who crashed his McLaurin yesterday. You know, he was driving fast, live streaming his video.
Oh wow, yeah. See, I don't do that.
And it was raining. He slid out and crashed his car. But he's like 23. He's a millionaire from all his videos and stuff. And he crashed his car. So but the whole time he recording, even after the crash, doing the police comment. His friend busted head. Even them rescue him out the car. He giving the phone to somebody saying, "Hey, hold my phone and record me getting out the car."
Well, they recording funerals now, so
right.
Hey, I mean,
sacrifices, all the sacrifices,
and they recording trials, all that. Like, hey, soon it's gonna be behind bars.
Right.
The celebrities are gonna be they
recording themselves.
Hey, man, I mean, people are entertained with this.
Right.
So, but like I say, two sides to every coin, because when them cameras and them lights go out,
well, then what?
It ain't as pretty as what they making it seem. And I put it to you like this: I will take freedom any day than you recording me behind a cell every day.
Right.
So, man, y'all can have that.
Right.
You can have that. Give me what I got right now. And then I was gonna say, like, okay, be wary sometimes, believe it or not, of the person that always presents the good side. And I don't mean that by a person that's always positive.
Okay.
But if every time it's always got to be self-centered and grandeur, like you ain't never took an L, you
always winning.
Yeah, yeah. Your pocket, you ain't never just had to be like, down on your luck at once.
Right.
I mean, like, and I'm not trying to say everybody has to be broke. I'm just saying, like, realistic. Everybody got a down day. Even the celebrities, even the millionaires, the billionaires. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a day where they may doubt themselves. Them type of sides.
Okay.
Like, we're human. Be that. Live that. Like, be proud of it from time to time, because it makes it so that you have to be stress-free from always thinking that you're perfect. Always having to be like, hey, man. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I literally have some friends to be like, man, I'll never see you sweat. Or, like, man, like, I always thought you had it. Or, I never knew you had to go through that.
Right.
And I'm like, really?
Right.
I seem like that? Because I clearly be like, remember me telling y'all you don't see me because I'm broke. I'm not going here because I ain't got it today.
Right.
Or damn, I'm effed up today. You know what I'm saying? So y'all must not be hearing, you know?
Right.
Because it be plenty days and I be like, man, damn.
I ain't got it today.
Bro, I don't. You know what I'm saying? Today might be that day.
Right.
But
so they say people will pull out their phone before they even help you nowadays.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah.
They do that. I do neither, damn near. Sadly to say, I assess the situation
first.
I assess the danger threat level.
Right.
I'm sorry, because I gotta make it home. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is.
The danger threat level.
I do, because I'm more of a self-defense type of person.
Right.
I just want you away from me. Like, just don't get in my, my circle, my personal space, and we can do this. I will try to save you and help you if you dangling from something, maybe, and I might need to snatch you up, pull you from something or whatever. But if it's a brawl going on and I don't really know you, why am I getting involved? I'm not gonna film it. I'm gonna be like, that's where I don't need to be. That's all I'm gonna say. If it's a brawl and it's my family, then you might be filming me.
We talked about this offline. What do you think the sacrifice of, when did the sacrifice of people just doing anything for likes, sacrificing themselves and not really doing the research on what it takes to get get and keep what you get as far as social media is concerned. The two sides of that.
So yeah, I'm glad you asked that. With me, that's what I'm all about. The other side.
Okay.
The side of me is the one side is of what I'm presenting.
Right.
The other side are the listeners, the fans, subscribers, viewers, whatever.
Right.
And I care what they think. I'm considerate of what the content that I'm giving them.
Right.
Because like I said, it's two sides. I don't know what they go through. I don't know what they like. I don't know what they're related, what they relate to. But I know based off of what I have going on and what I'm concerned about and how I'm trying to present it, I'm at least trying to take them into consideration of what I'm giving them.
Right.
Meaning their side.
Okay.
So I'm trying to talk about things that they could possibly relate to or hit a nerve or strike a nerve in a positive way where they be like, you know what, he on to something, as opposed
Make them
to
think about it.
Yeah, like my side's never a dominant when I'm talking this. It's almost like my show is an olive branch.
Okay.
Or that's why it is dosed up. It's trying to give a side of, like I say, you get your own medicine side because of what society's kind of doing to us. I'm speaking out on their behalf through this. So, which we can basically get to the next thing of two sides, energy transfer. So I understand who I'm talking to is receiving my energy.
Right.
So the energy that I'm gonna give them coming from my side gonna be positive.
Okay.
Or something that they can learn from, take, smile about. Like if somebody listen to what I got going on, they not gonna leave frowning. They might laugh. They might say, okay, I learned something today, or I can relate to that, or I agree with that, or just take it for face value.
Right.
But I'll be damned if they're going to be mad at me or be like, I dumbed down listening to him today.
So you try to give off the positive, as much positive energy as possible. But a lot of times the opposite side is that a lot of that's not given.
Well, I mean, somebody got to do it.
Right.
Like, okay, duality. That's what we're talking about. Two sides. If you say a lot of people aren't giving it, I'm going to do the opposite.
Right.
I'm going to give.
Right.
I told you I'm a giver anyway. I ain't no taker. So my thing is like somebody got to balance it. And
why not you?
I mean, anybody can.
Right. I get what you're saying.
It feels good when I do it. So
why not me? I mean, somebody's got to balance it. Why can't I be the change?
I mean, man, I ain't nobody special. I just got some resources to do what I'm doing.
Right.
And I know who I am. I know my powers. I know my value. So I'm doing it. But
does it bother
I would
you
encourage someone else.
Reciprocated though?
Nah, not this. Oh no. Oh no. What I'm gonna do with this is shine on more people. Then I'm gonna keep. This is the people that have that stupid shit in their content. That's my battery pack to do this.
Right. I'm just saying, like when you give out positive energy to people, because it can be draining sometimes. Does it bother you when that positive energy is not reciprocated?
Now it does to a degree because it just depends. If you want help, then I'm understanding it's gonna be an energy transfer. So I know you might be giving me some negative energy.
Right.
If you want to talk business and something gets negative, then then I'm gonna distance myself from you because business ain't got nothing to do with negative energy.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, in certain instances, if I don't like the energy you giving me, I'm bouncing. I'm gonna bounce it back. I'm getting away from it, like rather than confront it and stop it.
Okay.
If it's a certain energy that you giving me that I don't like, but I know it's necessary for you to get your story out, for me to try to help you, I'm gonna be like, yeah. But at some point, we can't have a shouting match.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna be like, if it's gonna hurt the help, I'm out.
I don't need it.
No, because you ain't trying to be helped. You trying to defend yourself. And defend from what? Defend from the resolution?
Yeah. I get it.
So, two sides. Blame shifting. I don't like that.
Give me an example of blame shifting, because
okay, blame shifting, like to me, is trying to make somebody feel guilty for something that you didn't do. All right, okay, so let's say somebody owes you something, right? Every time they owe you, they never have to ask. You give it or something like that, but you got to get yours when they owe you. And if you ask or if they don't give it to you and you trip on it, they be like, well, why didn't you ask? You supposed to blame. You see them shifting the blame on you again just because you didn't ask, but they've never had to ask you.
Right. It's just automatically given.
Yeah.
I got
Yep.
what you're saying.
Or you know them people that it don't matter what the situation is, they always gonna be in the right, and you know they're gonna be wrong. Okay, you can say let's show up at 3:30, and you show up early. They show up at 3:35, but some kind of way it's your fault because you were there early anyway. Well, you were there early anyway, so you weren't even there at 3:30.
Right.
But I'm like, but you still late.
Right.
How does that make you right?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Shift blame. Well, you should have said 3:45 because you know I always be late just for them to show up at 4.
Not you should have said 3:45.
I'm trying to,
right.
That's how, I'm not making this up. You see
know
how
you're
I'm
not.
rattling
I'm
it
just
off?
saying, it's just-
I've experienced these kind of things.
Right.
Well, it was some traffic. Oh, so the traffic my fault now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I
Especially
mean
when
by
you
that
tell me
blame shifting.
Where it's at and how far it is, they should plan ahead, right?
Well, I see it all the time, man. And like me, time is money to me, right? So I'm before it, behind it. Look at the scenery before you get there.
Right.
You know what I'm getting into.
Right.
Sometimes I want to show up early because it's parking. Sometimes I want to show up early because of overtime. Sometimes you don't know, but I'm there. I'm there a little bit ahead of time because it beats barely getting there on time.
Right.
Or showing up late. You can miss money and an opportunity that way.
Right.
And like I've had to deal with important people from time to time.
Right.
And when you deal with important people, you trust me, you want to show up on time or early you impress them if you show up early because most of the time they there. A millionaire might be there before you. If they gonna be there late, it's because they've earned it. And they just gonna make sure your ass ain't gonna be late.
Right.
But most of the time they'll either be there on time or early because they open up shop. And sometimes they there the last person to leave. Count all the coins.
Got all the coin. They want to make sure it's right. Them zeros is adding up properly.
Yeah. They were there to start that thing, and they're going to be there to finish it.
Right.
I want both sides, the beginning and the end of it. You see how that thing go? That's another one. Above is below, light and dark. Right. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we got thinking ahead of the next person. That's jumping the gun on one side. Kind of like how you assume something for somebody. Or like how you pocket watch or you spend somebody's money for them. I don't do that.
So you think...
I don't think ahead of the game for you. In other words, like if you say you're going to do something for me or you say you're going to do something and I need it, let's say Saturday, I'm still going to be like, let me handle what I need because if he doesn't do this Saturday and it collapse on me, like I'm not going to think like you're going to already do this and have this done for me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or how about like somebody talk to me and I'm thinking ahead for you. Oh, Lab will do that, but you won't necessarily do that. I answer for you. I'm thinking for you.
Okay.
I got one side of it. I ain't even run it by you yet.
Yeah, you ain't talked to me yet.
I'm just saying.
But the other side that they always say you should stay ahead of the game too.
But how am I gonna be ahead of the game thinking for you? That could slow me down and make me have to backtrack.
Okay, so staying ahead of the game is just
for myself,
for
yeah,
myself,
but not for you.
You said it when you said, "Yeah, I might want him to do something Saturday, but let me keep doing what I gotta do, just in case he don't do it." So that's you staying ahead of the game, okay?
Because I'm not gonna really try to predict your mood or answer all the time. You know what I'm saying? Unless we've done enough business for me to know.
Trying to read somebody's mood is terrible,
bruh.
It's hard. It's terrible.
Especially when you ain't got
and it's stressful.
Both sides or whatever that you don't even know what they went through with that day.
Right. It's stressful and it's it drains you trying to read somebody's mood. Nobody wants to do that all day.
So this definitely reigns true for duality in two sides. What you put in it is what you're gonna get out of it.
That's definitely true.
And it should be that way. Definitely. And so when we rewind back to when I was like, okay, so what you put into that person then, right? Didn't I say I want to expect something out you now?
Right.
Now I do.
Right.
Because I'm not doing nothing no more without no more expectations out of you.
Right.
Because
they're going to be two sides of this coin. It's going to be a give and a receive of this coin.
Yep. From now on, from here on out.
And that's only fair. That's only being fair to yourself, though.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's like you don't want to keep score, but you don't want to be the one. It's just a landslide. if every time your hand is out and mine is always closed?
And it don't even have to be a handout thing. You could be just a person who's just considerate of other people, who's considerate of people's time, considerate of people's effort. And that person that you're dealing with may not even be considerate of your time or your effort. You know what I'm saying? So that could be another part too. Like, okay, I'm not doing this until they do this now because I drain myself out being considerate the whole time.
And it's funny you mentioned that because I've actually offered people an opportunity to invest into something because it's like, yeah, man, you know, I've helped them a lot. So I'm like, rather than me just give them the money, I'm like, hey, man, like I said before, hey, you shoot me 50, I give you back 100 or 150. Right. Shoot me 100, I give you back 200. You know, like that. And they don't even have that to do. So I'm like, hold up.
They might have it to do, but they just don't want to do it.
Whoa. Well, okay, then stop. You know that's true. Oh, yes, yeah, but okay. So they were like, all right. One person was like, I need some help, right? And so I was like, okay, how much money you got?
Right.
See, I asked them first.
Right.
And they were like, oh, well, I got, you know, they said some crazy, ridiculous number, like maybe 200-300 or something like that. Or I got enough, you know what I'm saying? I got enough to pay this particular bill, and that bill, let's say, was 800, right?
Right.
So I was like, okay. I was like, shit, just give me 50 of that then.
Right.
And I'll give you 150 to start with.
Right.
And then you can give me 50 more, and we keep doing. No, not right now. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, you don't even want to invest in yourself to help yourself. So why should I just be giving you money that you not even gonna give me back?
Right.
I tried to ask you to give me some money, and you don't even know what I got to go through to get this. You don't even know if I'm gonna take an L or put something with it, but you know it's gonna be more than what you gave me.
Right.
And a lot of times people can't afford to just do that every time because you're gonna be like, what the hell are you doing where you can triple it up and you're not taking an L?
Right. And then a lot of times when you keep doing that for people, they just think they can just ask you regardless to what you got, not even knowing what you got going on.
Yeah.
Because you constantly do it.
Yeah. But see, when I asked them, like I said, I didn't ask her for money or ask them for money or him or whoever for money. You know what I'm saying? It's you asking that person for an investment. I'm not asking it to borrow it. You want to borrow money.
Right. And I'm trying to give you more than what you want back.
Yep.
Yeah. They don't see it's hard to see the vision in that. It's just easy to ask you for what I need right now and worry about the rest later.
You want to know one person that see it?
Who's that?
My daughter. Now she see it.
Right.
She see it. Hey man, she be racking up.
And she should see it.
I'm talking about racking up. Like
she is your daughter.
Man,
is,
I just be like, look,
her, right?
Yeah, I like, look, I got an opportunity for you. You give me 100, you get back 3.
Right.
Okay. You give me 2, you get back 5. Okay. If she don't have it, I'm like, oh, you don't? Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you something so the next time you do.
Right. But that's all in helping to invest in themselves.
Clearly, that's all I be trying to do with folk. Like. It's not an investment if every time you taking from me if every time I got to give you something and then you don't pay it back.
Right.
So now it's gonna be like, oh, here you go
Don't
again.
You hate when somebody says, "Let me borrow something," when they have no intention of giving it back. It's the borrow.
Well, you can tell by how they ask and how much they ask and what it's for and all this other kind of crap, man. I just be like, look, man.
That whole let me borrow.
But the thing is, they be starting to hit. They getting into the hundreds.
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, whatever happened to borrowing 10, 15, 20? But I guess gas so high, that ain't going to do nothing.
Ain't nobody borrowing no 10, 15,
Nah, they not no more, man. Crazy. Nah, they be like, bro, let me get 200. Man, I had a person ask for a rack one time.
They start at the low part.
I was like, damn, that like a check cashing place? Shit, I need to go in a, what you call that, loan sharking.
Right. They start at the low part at 50, and that's low. That's low ball.
So, you know, you had mentioned this earlier, but talking behind people's back is always one-sided, especially when a person can't defend themselves.
Right.
But you actually get some of this in the workplace too. And I'm not necessarily saying like coworkers. We obviously know they talk behind each other back. But I'm talking about like when management or a supervisor may want to, you know, ask a question about a particular person's work ethic and they come to you. And I've had to save time before. I'm like, why you asking me about their work ethic? Like,
Right.
I clock in and I do my job. If a question you want to know about their work ethic, ask them.
Right.
Because really, they the ones that need to be addressed. Like, why would you be asking me if someone come in on time? You got you can look at the time clock.
Right.
Ask them, are they coming in on time? Like,
Yeah.
and I had to say that one time, because I was like, see, what you gonna do is you about to put two black men against each other because you got some hearsay going on from what another person told you.
Right.
And you trying to find it out through me.
Yeah, I don't do that talking behind each other.
No, that's one-sided for me.
I don't play that.
Like, let's get both sides to the story so we can, address the issue and have a
Especially at
resolution.
work. I stopped that at work, like 6
Yeah, I don't even do that. That's messy. Yeah, I don't even do none of that. You can ask me about me.
Right.
That's about it. I can take the evaluation, but I ain't doing nobody else's.
Yeah.
And okay, so I already know today, we getting ready to wrap this thing up. But I would like to say, and this is something that's quite interesting though, Lab, because most of the failed relationships that I've come across always be with a one side.
Nah, so you gonna end on some mess now.
Hey man, well, I'm just saying.
That's true though.
One side.
Well, you know what happens though?
Uh-huh.
A lot of times there are two sides to the story. That's their side, your side, and the truth. But what happens is people tell their side to the people that they know.
Exactly.
And then you tell your side to the people that you know. And those two never really get together to put the sides together, see who lying what. But generally that's how it goes.
But now I'm going to say this. There are times when you know both sides and you know how they both act.
Right.
And you already know where it's going.
Right.
Like, I know some of these women that got with some of my dirty bastard homeboys, and I already know what they done been through.
Right.
So when I hear his side, I'm like, dude, bruh.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
You forgetting who you talking to.
I know you.
Yeah, I know you. You know what I'm saying? I know you. I know you a skirt in that car and go get somebody else real quick.
Right.
So I just be like, bruh. And man, like, I see the women sometimes and I'm like, man, bro code, can't say shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I mean that, it be like, I done had friends and I know, like, they be trying to use me as part of the issues. Now, that I don't do.
Right.
But when I be around their girlfriend, I just be like, I don't know nothing.
You're not supposed to say
I don't know nothing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't see this man do this with this chick, you know what I'm saying? We didn't just jump down on these women right here,
Right.
Hey, but I do, like I say, the respect I give them is don't come to me with the lie.
Right.
Like, don't
don't
include me on
involve
nothing.
me in that.
No, hey, I don't know where he is. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm not an alibi.
Right. Get somebody else to talk to about that.
Yep. So with that being said, I'm the type of person that, one, I always try to put myself in your shoes when you come to me and you need some type of advice, some type of guidance, or when I just see you, because I don't know what you've been through. And like I said, there's always two sides to a coin, two sides to every story, and duality in life. So try to give someone a little bit of patience, consideration, and respect, when communicating and deal with them, because you never know what somebody went through or is going through.
Right.
And see y'all next week, next Monday at 8. Peace out. I like that stuff.
Yeah. Grams leaders CCs, pounds. Close cash, close call, close encounter, close up, pounds of, liters of, grams, get your dose up, cut this up, host up, and get dosed up. This for them vote, they like to move and make the most of. Monday night at 8, I can't wait to set you straight. These opinions and debates, for them vote, they can't relate. I gotta elevate your mind through these signs of the time. Dishing out that medication for that deaf, dumb, and blind. And I ain't hard to find, you can catch me in them trenches. I do the groundwork and I ain't waiting on no sense. I be touching on them topics politicians feel